How's everybody doing today? I got my son's 2003 IS 300 back in the shop. Last video left off with me getting it to start by spraying fuel in here. So what I've done is hooked up a fuel pressure gauge by the tank. I got about 48 pounds. I think spec is 50 to 55. So that should be good. I put a Noid light in the fuel injectors, getting good pulse there. Put a Noid light on the coils, getting good pulse there. Then I just put the coil spark tester in the coil boot, and it was getting spark. So I pulled that spark plug wire up off there. It's kind of nasty and wet. This thing's been sitting like 5 years, so I'm going to pull these plugs and see what they look like. So I checked compression on all six. It was 120. I got some new spark plugs here, and then I put just a little cap of oil in each cylinder. Now I'm on the number 6 cylinder. Done checked all the other 5. That's a lot of cranking, but there's 180. So that cylinder is not quite as good as all the other ones. So I'm gonna get these plugs in there, get it all put back together, see if this thing will at least sit there and stay running. All right, I got my new plugs, got my coils and wires back on. Now I'm gonna replace these coil connector ends because they're all broke up and stuff. Alright, got my spark plugs in, throttle body stuff on there, plugged up. I'm gonna fire it up and see, hopefully it stays running. We got 200 amp boost on there. Let's see if that did anything. Come on, baby.
Did Steven finish that?
No.
What the freaking heck, bro? I hate getting something that somebody else has already messed with and messed up. But I am freaking hot, sweating like a dog. So, y'all have a good night. Alright, I just got in this morning. Stuff's slow right now, so I'm messing with my son's car. And it just wants to crank. Wouldn't start. But I smelled fuel, so I just came up here. Unplugged number 1 injector, number 2 injector, and number 6 injector, just because that's the 3 I can get to real easy. And it fired up. All right, how you doing? What's going on? Okay. I don't remember where I left off earlier. But that was bright and early this morning. I messed with the car for about 10 minutes. And it is now 5:30 p.m. So, like I said, this is just sitting in here tinkering with it when I can. But, so it would crank, no start. But I smelled gas this morning. And so I come out here, unplugged number 1, number 2, and number 6 injector. And it fired up. Missing like crazy, of course, on 3 cylinders, but it fired up. Got to change the battery. I'll be a mother. Okay. I'm ready to go, fellas. I am ready to go. 5:30. It's hot. Okay, nothing. So, let me unplug. I just plugged in number 6 injector. Let me unplug that sucker. So my thought is that one of these injectors is stuck open, dumping fuel or something. I don't know. Come on, baby. All right. Well, anyways, it's hot. Long story short, I got good fuel pressure. I guess I could plug them. Anyways, I think it's flooding itself out. That's what I think's happening. Let me plug these back in real quick. And I've got another set of injectors in the trunk. So, but this morning, I was pretty sure that I was on the right track. Now, the way it's doing me, I don't know again. A scrap guy that picks up cords and stuff was stopping by to see if we had anything. And then by the time I got done talking to him, I had a diag come in and been busy all day since then, but injectors unplugged. I don't have the exhaust hooked up, of course. But now this morning, I hooked all three of these back up. And it sat here and ran. Sat here and idle good. Now, if I shut it back off, at least this morning, I shut it back off after I did this here, and it wouldn't start back up again. But unplug 3 injectors, and it'll fire up. So, I don't know if anybody's got any thoughts. Let's see, I'm gonna shut it off. And this morning when I did this, it wouldn't start back up. I'm thinking pull the injector rail and crank it over and see what the injectors are doing. See if some of them's dumping a bunch of fuel. Now I did ohm out those 3 that I unplugged here. I ohmed them out. And they was right around 14, I think one was 14, 15, and 16 ohms. Unplug those 3 injectors and it'll fire back up. So, I don't know. But I think I'm getting closer. I think I'm close enough that I can confidently go ahead and get the radiator and an exhaust and get everything back on. I would like to get everything back together and then get it fired up and go drive it and see how it does on the road. But yeah, I think I'm gonna have to pull the fuel rail and injectors out, and hopefully there's a couple of them dumping fuel. And I did pull this morning and smelled it, and it smells like gas. So I think I got injectors dumping fuel. I'll probably go ahead and post this just for the heck of it. All right, I want to thank you all for watching. Eventually, we'll get this thing done, but I just don't have a whole lot of time to work on it. All right, thanks for watching. Hope you all have a great weekend.